I've been following Britney Spears for a little while now. My opinion has been kind of hit or miss on her. What happened is her book is now the best-selling memoir of all time that a celebrity wrote. Something like that. But it's one of the best of all time. Britney Spears celebrates The Woman in Me becoming the highest-selling celebrity memoir in history on first day of release. Thank you to the fans who have been supportive. So, October 25th, 2023, that means this is pretty new. Let's see what we got. Britney Spears happily celebrated her book, The Woman in Me, becoming the highest selling celebrity memoir in history and took to Instagram on Tuesday to share the news. The Baby One More Time songstress 41, who officially dropped the anticipated memoir also on Tuesday, gushed to her 42.3 million fans. It's happening. My book is the highest selling celebrity memoir in history. It's only day one. That's pretty good when you think about it. First day. Thank you to the fans who have been so supportive. Love you all. One and Me. Gallery Books. Okay. And it's a reference from I'm Not a Girl, which is the only Britney Spears song I know, aside from, I guess, a couple of big ones. If you told me the name, I'd know them. She uploaded a photo of the book cover and included a short reel that had the words, My story on my terms at last, appear on the screen. The audiobook version was also released, which notably was narrated by Oscar nominated actress Michelle Williams. And here it is. My story on my terms at last. Not sure why she's topless, obviously not showing anything, but okay. Spears recorded a small portion of the book and avoided narrating chapters discussing her family due to the content being too painful to retell, TMZ recently reported earlier this month. In the memoir, the star opens up about her 13-year-old conservatorship, relationship with her father, as well as fame and marriages to Kevin Federline and Sam Ashgari, if I'm saying all that right. Okay, I can't quite say this A word because I've heard people censor it out, but you know what it is when someone doesn't have a baby. In an excerpt obtained by People, the star revealed that she has gotten a didn't have a baby with Justin Timberlake. The former couple previously dated from 1999 until their split in 2002. That's a pretty interesting tidbit that I heard he's not too happy about. I mean, why include that? Why? What's the point? I know, I guess you want to tell your whole life and be honest and be open, but why include that? I don't know. Just saying. I wouldn't. Would you? She later tied the knot with Federline, whom she shares sons Sean Preston, 18, and Jaden, 17, with. The singer wrote, I don't know if that was the right decision. If it had been left up to me alone, I would never have done it, and yet Justin was so sure that he didn't want to be the father. Well, that is a whole complicated thing to unpack that I don't talk about on this channel. But to say surface level, I think it's ultimately the woman's choice. But obviously not going down that street here. She revealed that getting the A was one of the most agonizing things I've ever experienced in my life, which I've got no opinion on. I've got no idea. I've got an Audi, not an innie, so I'll take her word for it. The source recently told Daily Mail that Justin has not reached out to Britney at all about any of this, and he is not going to because there's nothing he can say to her. She was there and is still telling it from her point of view. That does not mean he's okay with it. Justin is not at all happy with what has come out of this book. No shit. Again, why? What's the point? All right, you did it. You sold a ton of copies, bestest ever in a certain genre, but do we have to include that? All right. I digress. Let's move on. Okay, there he is. There's a picture, I guess from 1999 or something like that. She said she doesn't care who's offended because that's what happened. Well, let me tell you something. My opinion, okay? Because I've made like almost 3,000 videos here. And when I don't care who's offended, well, that means I think it's going to get more views and make more ad revenue and that kind of thing. Because I don't care who's offended because I want the extra views and things like that. I don't think too many times people say, I don't care who's offended or who gets hurt because they just want to get the honest truth out there because they're a brilliant white knight paladin. That's my opinion. Britney's only human. She has an urge probably to, be successful at something. I mean, look, if the only reason I put it out was because of the truth in a certain case and not about any kind of ad revenue, money, views, subscribers, I wouldn't have to put it out. if it really didn't matter what the result was, financially, monetarily, then I could say, hey, this is going to hurt people. Let's not put it out. That's the truth. I mean, look, you rarely hear celebrities mention the money involved unless it's like a third party thing, like what some movie makes or something they're involved in. They usually don't tell their motive for doing it honestly about the money. But I don't know. I can't say for sure. That's my silly little opinion. If you had an A word with somebody, would you have kept it in a novel or just, you know, I got some pretty mixed, mostly bad feelings about that. Anyway, that's the most of it. More interesting than Britney throwing knives around her room or dancing in circles or something, I guess. For the record, I got nothing against her. Not really. I follow the news once in a while. I figured nothing but good news and positivity here, but it turns out the fact that she put that in the book was a little unsettling for me. Let me know what you think. I have no idea what you're going to say on this one. I usually have a pretty good idea because we're on the same page with a lot of Amber and Johnny stuff. And if you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.